As you continue along the winding hedges of the hedge maze, you will notice that things start to get less perfectly catered. I don't mean catered, I mean cultivated.
Mm-hmm.
The neat hedgerows become wild and tangled. You will see sort of darting movements from within some of the hedges, evil-looking eyes skirting in and out. And the hedges start to get lower and lower. They start branching out until you're really just walking through sort of dense undergrowth that sort of covers as far as the eye can see. Ahead of you, there are mists. Breaking the mists is the Goblin City up ahead. And at the centre of the Goblin City, the Goblin Castle, with Marlus hiding within, the Goblin King of this labyrinth. Nearby, you will notice sort of the only landmark of note is a large tree that has sort of tangling roots, sort of reaching several meters out from its trunk. And sat upon one of these roots is a man, part cricket. He has long, elongated legs that double back on themselves. And he appears to be playing some sort of harmonica-like device, and having a blast on it. So there's this tree that sort of pierces the mists, going up and up. You reckon if you got to the top of that, then you might have a good vantage point to sort of maybe look down, plan your journey ahead, or of course you could just head into the mists and hope for the best.
You see, this wasn't the case like a few hours ago, but now I'm terrified of mists and castles and cities.
And trees?
And trees as well, yeah. That's what's happening.
Which are you most afraid of?
Honestly, tough call. That wouldn't have been scared of any of them a few hours ago. Losing your courage sucks.
Yes. Well.
And the mist means I can't see everything else, so I suppose maybe that could help, really.
Yeah. Or whichever one you choose, it means the others can't get you.
Yeah. What? What?
What?
What?
Should we try and look where we're going?
Yes.
That would probably help, yes.
You climb.
Mm-hmm.
You want to climb the tree?
I look down at my shattered, ruined, box-strewn dress. Guess it can't hurt.
Oh.
If you lead me up to the tree, I will stop.
Can I make the hand sort of reach up?
There you go.
And I'll stand on here and lift you up.
Well, as I'm going up, how nice a tune is it?
It's competent, definitely. It has a sort of a rustic.
I'm going to wiggle in time to it as I'm going up.
So as you sort of make your way up to the tree, the cricket man will continue playing, but look at you curiously, and will say, "Oh, I wouldn't go up there.
Oh.
It's very, very dangerous."
Oh. Well, why is it so dangerous?
He said it. No, he doesn't. I don't speak. You got me doing it now. But he looks to you and says, "La, if you're not the stop there. There's a colorless."
Oh.
That seems oddly
Can we all
specific.
hear this?
Yeah, he's not speaking quietly, just strangely.
What kind of curse are we talking? That sounds terrifying as well. Everything's terrifying.
Oh, that depelalalalens.
Oh?
Balalalat, the fulalala, stop the lalala. Galalats, to be lily, the sparrow killing.
Oh.
Sparrow killing.
Killing.
I can't work out
Is
what
there
you're saying.
anyone else trying to get up to be
Sparrow
the
King.
Sparrow
King.
King?
That's what you're going for. Less L's. Yes. I'm there.
I like birds.
All right.
You do like birds. Maybe you should be Sparrow.
What if
I would think
only
Sparrow
one?
King would be terrifying.
What
for
if
you.
only one person goes up?
Well, they'll have Millilily to Billililite. He stretches out his long cricket legs, jumps down, and sort of starts sort of stretching, getting ready. He says, Millililene, I wouldn't mind Billililing the sparrow Killiling.
Why haven't you gone up there already then?
Well, it alas to be a relace.
Oh.
I look down at my foot. I do alone think I'm the person for the leleles.
Yeah.
I do still have this.
You hold on the slingshot.
You can be really fast.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea.
I feel like I'd get one heck of a jump of a jump start, but then it's really going to depend on how quickly one little foot can get me up there. Maybe this is a job for someone who's
Please
much
stop
more
doing that. Why do you
specialised
suddenly
in,
speak
say,
like
jumping
this?
and running.
I feel a little ill that you're pulling on a ball or
It's really catchy.
I just thought you were good at languages.
I mean, I regret it almost immediately. And then he
I
plays
think you
a
should
little
tell us your life story. I want to hear about everything.
tune. It's all and I were a little.
Just waste 12 or
cricket
13
player.
hours.
2 hours.
I mean, yeah. If you want to try just catapulting me up, we can go for it. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up cursed unless someone who's better at climbing goes.
True. I mean, we've also got a giant hand. Hand could throw me up. I could slingshot you. Maybe that would be the top of the tree. Who knows?
You're probably quite good at climbing, right?
You do realise that
Close.
everyone who takes part in this who doesn't win gets cursed, right?
I am good at climbing, but I'm also a coward right now. I could try anyway. Maybe if you did something really scary at the bottom of the tree, it would look less scary at the top. That is something we could try.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong down here. Absolutely not. I look over. Is it me? Or does that patch of tree over there, if you look at it just from here, look exactly like it's Marlos, the Goblin King! I'm going to try and aid you by making you terrified.
I love it.
I start screaming and run up the tree.
Fantastic. So you're going to get a head start.
Let's go. Bugger it.
So the bottom of the tree is a root tangle leading up. There's quite a lot of sort of little holes. And difficulty for this section is 4+. You are good at running and jumping, so you'll get
I'll get
improved for that. And definitely getting the 3+ for the terrified spurt of speed.
Woo! One of those is a 6, so it's fine.
Yeah, you sort of leap over the roots, grab your claws into the bark, and just start
He's always
basically
watching.
running vertically up this this tree.
I don't think it's true though, he hasn't got enough eyes.
The cricket sort of looks to you, looks back and goes, well, that's chillililiting, and bounces forwards. He doesn't seem upset that you've cheated. In fact, if anything, he seems invigorated by it, and starts bouncing up the tree. He's behind you, but he is currently gaining on you. He's definitely his natural sort of ability to jump from branch to branch is giving him an advantage.
A little help.
As you sort of make your way up, you sort of make your way into the lower branches, very sort of dense part of the tree, low visibility. What are you guys doing?
Ooh.
Has he left his little musical instrument?
He has, yes.
Lower me down. I'm presuming no longer on you. I'm on the hand.
Yeah.
Lower me down to that.
Oh,
Let's
I
do
do
some
so.
psychological warfare. I'm gonna start. I'd like to try and start playing his instrument, just to make him aware that he's left it behind, and maybe
anything could happen.
Anything could happen to it. Yeah, I'm trying to help by sabotaging the other person.
Is it just slightly
Nice.
creepy tune? Is that what we're talking?
Do you want to roll me a singing and dancing check?
Are you the bard? You're the bard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 ones. I've accidentally inspired him.
If anything, he is more certain to win this race,
Oh.
and bounds up from tree branch to tree branch.
Can I control plants just to give the cat a leg up here and there?
Oh, definitely. So that'll give you the teamwork bonus
Amazing. I, if anything, run faster because the trees started coming to life.
Give them a little leg up.
We're going to talk like this for the rest of the day, all of us. Really
So Robin, can you give me a climb check? Another 2 dice.
Yeah.
Taking the highest difficulty would be 5, but now it's
Yay,
4,
it's 5 or
and
6,
you've nailed it nonetheless. So as you sort of make your way up, nobody
Get off a tree.
can see you now. You're deep in the sort of the boughs of the tree, and you sort of feel a sharp point hit you in the head. And looking down, it appears to be an acorn, and an angry squirrel is across from you, and seems to be grabbing another acorn and readying it to sort of throw at you.
Can I pick up one of the acorns that's just flown at my head and put it in my slingshot and chuck it back and then try and run on?
Definitely, give me a single dice.
Yeah.
Actually, double because you're using equipment,
Okay.
and 4+.
No.
Oh.
And, so you take the shot, and it sort of goes past the squirrel wildly, and if a squirrel could laugh, the squirrel would be laughing.
Just chittering viciously.
Just kind of like vibrate for a second, goes, not that funny! Then just run away.
At this point, the cricket man has overtaken you and is making his way. You're both now scrabbling up the upper branches, very flimsy, sort of swaying wildly in the wind. You guys can now sort of see Sir Robin once more as you sort of emerge near the top of the tree. In the final stages, if nothing's done, it seems like the cricket man is definitely going to win this day.
I have something I want to do, but I don't know if... Is it a time where I could do something?
Yeah,
Or-
definitely.
Okay. I still have the slingshot in my hand. I want to try and put it over his head so that it covers his eyes. And just pull and try and step on his head and get above him.
Okay. Difficulty 5.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think I can help this, but could we try? If we can see you now, we could maybe ask. Could you ask the trees to kind of help with this shoving up and pulling down?
I was thinking of trying to get the bark to close over his feet. If I can see.
I think if you make a test to see if you can do that, and then if you succeed, that'll be difficulty 4 for you.
Okay.
So difficulty 4 for you.
It rolled on 2. That's no good.
No.
So you're still on 5 as he nimbly jumps out of the way of the bark, trying to sort of
Cool.
grab him.
Because its equipment is improved, or no?
Um,
If not, that's fine.
I don't think so. No, not for this one.
Cool.
It's not its
I'm not
intended
really
use.
using it for what it was supposed
Yeah.
to be used for.
Oh.
No, definitely not.
And, unfortunately, you nearly grab him, but the tree sways in the wind just as you're about to get him, and he darts nimbly out the way, laughing. Ha la 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 la.
Can I just throw a rock up after it?
Chuck
Keep
a
it
stone at
simple.
him and hope
Yeah.
for the best.
Jenny, just
Right,
try.
give me one roll. I want a 6.
Okay.
Nope.
Four.
It's close. You hit the squirrel,
Hey, I got the squirrel.
who swears at you in whatever language squirrels speak. But the cricket man manages to get to the top, and he swings sort of around the pole at the top of the tree, or the topmost branch of the tree, saying, "Hello, I'm the Spalalalo Prililins, and Yulululu are last." And as he says that,
Oh no.
Oh, how am I cursed? Let's find out.
you feel not all that different, but the branches of the tree that you're holding onto start to bend, and you feel that you're much heavier than you used to be.
Ooh,
You're
interesting.
perhaps around 3 times heavier than you used to be. No bigger or anything like that, but more dense.
Denser.
Dense, yeah.
As you are at the top of the tree, you can look out across the mists. You will see that there are there's a few sort of different places in the mists that you could look to. There seems to be some winding paths to the east around a sort of network of low islands. You can see little dots of light flitting from island to island. You can see in the distance a sort of glowing bubble that seems to be shimmering of all the colours of the rainbow, and a procession of strange travellers sort of making their way around there. As well, you can see in the deepest, darkest parts of the mist an old sewer passage that seems to be dumping all of its effluence into the bog.
So, any sign of particular ways leading to the castle? Like, what are we talking
So each
Anything
of these
helpful?
ways look like they would go sort of towards the
There's a little
castle.
paradey
But,
thing? There's the sewers.
There's a parade. There's the twinkling lights
Twinkling
between the
lights.
islands, and there are the
And
sewers.
sewers. All down. Well, I'm cursed, and we've got a scary parade, some scary twinkling lights, or the scary sewers. Which would we prefer? They're all terrifying.
Would you prefer to die by horrible drowning in a bog? By being led into a swamp by horrible lights? Or partying? Which I can only assume is what the other one is.
That sounds sensible to me.
Death by partying
Death by
it is.
partying. Lovely, great. I'm not going to jump down from this tree because I'm so heavy now. I'm worried I'll fall through the floor. So I'm just going to. So it's like so slow to climb down.
As you make your way down, yeah, like branches break, and you feel as you sort of step on the soft, muddy, earthy ground, your paws sort of sinking into the.
Oh.
Really heavy. Andy, can you still lift me? Yay! Good. Excellent. I get back on Handy.
Handy gives you the thumbs up. Your severed hand steed. Disembodied.
Horrifying when you put it
Disembodied.
like
And disembodied two different
different
things.
Yeah.
Severed implies an arm.
Yeah. We don't want to find that
No.
arm.
No.
We don't want to find the rest of this creature.
That's point. Is it just like flat?
Yeah, it's,
at the
it's
top of the
flat.
hand?
You could sort of sit on top of it if you wish. There's no like
That
bone
was the Adams
coming out.
family hand called them.
It,
Thing.
It.
Oh, it-
Thing.
Thing.
It is
Yeah,
the
Thing is the
cousin.
cousin.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very traditional Adams family names.
Yeah.
It thing, there's stuff, but he got cut from there.
No,
We don't
stuff
talk
was
about
the weird, the weird great uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Uncle stuff. That would fit.
Yeah.
I think nothing
Yeah.
of that in an Adams Family film.
But, so it was the many
Parade.
people, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the death by partying. I think is the
Yeah,
plan.
party bubble.
But, so as you make your way down and work forwards, you will note that it's very hard to, although there's no sort of walls in this section of the labyrinth, it is no less confusing in sense of direction. Almost as soon as you're sort of within the mists, it is difficult to keep an eye on sort of north. The sun sort of is a pale dot in the sky. And it is only by dint of your sort of bird's eye view that you're able to make your way towards the shimmering light that you saw. As you near, you will see a procession of travellers. They seem to be of all shapes and sizes. There are horned beasts, dwarves, goblins. There's even a few worms amongst their number. And no matter their faction, they all seem to be getting along. Seem to be friendly. As they sort of make their way forwards. But, none of them sort of speak to you as you approach, but they certainly don't seem unapproachable.
So it's a cheerful kind of procession. There's a sort of festive air.
Yeah, it seems to be a happy...
Does it look like there's anyone selling dresses? Worm-sized dresses. Or any mirrors?
And, as you sort of look into the crowd, you will see there is a traveller who has a big chest on her back and is riding a giant snail that seems to be going at a fair clip.
Turbo snail.
Her chest is sort of, you can see the a sleeve and some sort of clothing popping out from the sides.
Let's go over there.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks as scary as anywhere else. Let's do that.
Is it obvious what this parade is in aid of, or what it's celebrating?
Not without asking the patrons or the festival people in the festivities.
Parading people.
Yeah. The festive folk.
Guess we could ask Snail Worm.
Yeah.
Up to the snail woman. Hello.
Oh, hello, little one.
Hello.
Oh, hello, big one.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. You are coming to see old Regular as well, are you?
Who's that?
Not who, but what's.
What's that?
It is a huge bubble of bog gas.
Oh.
That is it pops once per year, releasing a wondrous cloud of fragrance that blesses all who witness it.
Oh.
It is
Sounds nice.
Like bubbles.
Yes, I do.
Very
You
spiky
do.
as well.
Yes, that's true.
While we're on the way, I don't suppose you'd be willing to sell or trade for any dresses you might have that would fit someone like me.
Oh, why of course. It is a time of joyous festivity after all. Let me see. And she lifts the chest over, opens it up, and you can see that basically clothing and fabric sort of pile out, obviously sort of packed very densely within. And she starts ruffling about. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I mean, what do you think would go with my colours?
Green is a friendly colour.
Green is a friendly colour.
We decided this from the T-Rex that was shaped like a... Okay, yeah, green's a friendly colour.
Spring is in this season.
What season is it? Is it autumn?
It is a season. It's perhaps all of them. You're not really
It's not
sure.
clear.
She will fish out an elegant green ball gown in miniature. Looks like it might have been stolen off of a Barbie or something.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
What would you like for it?
Oh, whatever you would consider a fair trade.
Oh, pay what you like, rather equitable.
Doesn't seem like a good business plan. Anyone else? No? Okay.
Well, I do have this fine harness that will allow you to keep stock to any surface.
I can certainly see a use for that. And it is the day of festivities after all. and she will hold out her hand and pass you the
tiny dress. And
pass
do
you a
bit of
tiny dress.
change.
Oh.
Just do a twirl. And
It's a worming twirl, costume change. Done.
Oh, like in The Sims.
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't.
Oh.
That's a lovely dress.
Is it?
So, will you come with us to Old Regular?
We like
This is-
bubbles.
Is it in the vague direction of the castle?
Well, they have been very nice.
And says, "Oh, it is a little out of the way, perhaps an hour's walk. But it is a once-in-a-lifetime treat. Once-a-year treat, really, but it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime treat."
I don't know what's wrong with me when I really want to go. Does anyone else?
I also like they're
I like
so
bubbles.
nice.
You like bubbles.
Seems like the safest option at the moment.
Maybe we can make some friends and maybe, I don't know, get to the castle easier. Also, it's the first thing that hasn't sounded terrifying all day.
Could do, yes.
It's going to be awful.
It's going to be so
It's going to be
awful.
the worst
So-
possible.
There's a whole bunch. Like there's a lot of stuff around. Can we glance around and see if I can spot someone holding a timepiece or like a clock or anything?
Yes. So you will see a giant badger
Oh,
who appears to be wearing nothing except a waistcoat, which has a pocket watch, in it,
Very Lewis Carroll.
and he is making his way chatting to a fairy with a mohawk. And,
Excellent.
hello. Sorry to bother you. Do you know what the time is?
He grumbles, producing from his pocket the pocket watch, and and will show the pocket watch to you, which shows that about 3 hours have passed since your adventure began. You're making extremely good time.
It's about 4 by the time we've been to Old Regular.
Alright, I have to ask, being as I am a goblin, do I know that the Bog of Eternal Stench is a thing?
You will have definitely heard of it as a threatened place to
Right,
go. For...
okay. Just a warning for everyone, if this is what I think it is, just make sure you don't get wet at all.
Why? Will we drown?
No, arguably worse.
What's worse than drowning?
Smelling bad for the rest of your life?
Getting frizzy.
Yes.
That's the badger.
Not really a problem I suffer
Drowning.
from, but I appreciate your point of view.
Drowning, frizzy, stinking forever. Now I can't decide which of those is worse.
The procession continues for quite some time. Another hour, in fact. Until you come across what you saw in the mists, the pearlescent light of every colour. There's a giant bubble of clearly filled with sort of smoke and gas. And it does indeed look ready to pop. Around it are all manner of denizens of the labyrinth, getting on, friendly, some hand in hand, dancing around the bubble. And yeah, generally everyone is having a pleasant time. And the woman on the snail say, "Oh, good, we arrived in time. I was afraid we might miss it. They said that those who see the bubble pop will be blessed with,
With what?
well, it's different for every person, but it's always wonderful."
Okay. Right. Now kind of discovering at the first party since losing my courage that I have social anxiety now, so we're going to enjoy that. Get a drink and stand awkwardly in the corner.
So the dancing,
Do you need to oh, wait.
the dancing and festivities continue until a goblin who, if you look closely, will note has 10 thumbs,
Oh, he's all thumbs.
We'll. I say, how long until it bursts? I mean, I've got places to be. I was supposed to be catching that one, for instance. No worries.
What?
Not here. I mean, here's a nice, safe place. But afterwards. That's with a thumb.
Oh.
Just look down.
They're on their union-mandated break.
How do we know when the break's over?
Put it
Will
on
we
the
be gone
bubble
before
box.
then?
And
This seems really safe.
I know, right?
Fairy with a mohawk says, well, should be any time now. And that's when the bubble bursts.
Thanks for watching our video. If you'd like to learn more, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. You can also like and subscribe to be told when we've released new videos.
Come join our band of privateers at Flintlocks and Fireballs, a British 5th edition D&D actual play podcast in the unique Napoleonic setting of Calcinia. Follow our halfling gundad, anachronistic rock star, and sugar-fueled child sorcerer as they sing original sea shanties, topple governments, haggle with hags, and weep bitter, bitter tears. New episodes every Tuesday.